Hi there, Strong Mamas. Today we have a yoga session that I'm calling Go with the Flow. We'll be moving through some traditional yoga postures just in a slightly different way. Your challenge today is to really focus on the breath, connect with your breath through the movement, and to just really slow down each posture. We'll be moving the whole time, so don't be afraid to find your fullest expression of the pose because we're going to be moving right out of it. Have a great class. We'll meet at the top of our mat. Big toes touch. Heels are going to be slightly apart. Roll your shoulders just one time to the front, all the way up to your ears, and then down your back. Find the tallest expression of mountain pose you can at this moment. And with a big inhale, we'll sweep our arms overhead. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Thumbs meet at your chest. And I invite you to set an intention for today. Maybe your intention is just thanking yourself for making time for just you for this short while. We'll come back to this posture often. I encourage you to come back to your intention as well. This first one, our feet will be stationary, so I encourage you to close your eyes if you feel like you're in a safe space and you feel like your balance is good today. Inhale, arms up. Exhale with a flat back, swan dive over your legs. Knees can stay bent. This first one we're just going to let hang a little bit longer than our next ones. And a deep forward fold. On your next inhale, inhale up just to a flat spine. Hands can be on the floor under shins or even under thighs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse that swan dive all the way up to the top. Hands come to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive over. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring it back up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Come back to that intention. 3 more just like this. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Gather every bit of energy. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms come wide. Gaze can be up. Exhale, fold. Knees can still have a little bit of bend in them, or they can be working towards straight. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms come up. Reach as high as you can towards the sky. Hands come to heart center. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, fully fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Tallest posture yet. Exhale, hands come to heart center. One inhale here. Let it all go. And drop your arms. Second posture, inhale, chair. Arms come up, hips go low. Sit your weight into your heels, so much so you can wiggle your toes, that you can literally lift all 10 toes. Sink low, chest lifts high, and if your shoulders are stiff like mine are this morning, widen your arms a little bit. If your shoulders feel great, keep them near your arms, or keep them near your ears, and come up. We sink low, like we're moving through jello. As low as you can get. Slowly press up. Because our toes are touching, our knees can be touching, inner thighs can be touching. Slowly come down. Chin stays lifted, eyes stay forward. Slowly come up. We got 2 more like this. Pretend those hips are sitting in a tiny little chair. Squeeze your knees together, inner thighs together as you come up. Last one, slowest one yet. Slow, slow, slow. How deep can you get? And then super slow, control it, don't rush it. all the way to the top, arms come down, forward fold. However you'd like to, step back to downward facing dog. I'm gonna slowly step my toes back this morning. This is probably your first down dog of the day. So let's pedal on our feet. You can shift your hips side to side, whatever feels good to get you settled into that upside down letter V with your body. Feet are gonna be about hip distance apart, and you'll know quickly if your dog is too short or too long, because we're going to inhale forward into plank. I had to make a little bit of an adjustment so my shoulders are directly over my wrists. And slowly squeezing your core, move it back towards downward facing dog. Knees can stay bent here. Hamstrings are a little tight this morning. Inhale forward. And exhale back. If the plank is too much, you can always drop your knees. Inhale forward, so slow. And if you need to drop your knees, drop your knees. It'll still be that straight line from your knees to the top of your head. And then back to downward facing dog. 2 more like this. Inhale forward. Your fullest expression of plank. Gaze is out in front of your mat. Exhale back slow. Last one forward. Slowest one yet. Squeeze your belly button into your back. Press your palms. Shoulders away from your ears. And then send your hips, don't rush, back super slow. Scoot those toes together. In your down dog, lift your right leg just about halfway up. Don't turn your hip out. Hip is still facing the floor. Then you're going to step it through to this low lunge. We're going to warm up this hip flexor before we move into things. So walk your hands up. If your balance is feeling confident and you want a little bit more, arms can go up near your ears, reaching towards the sky, but mostly focused on this left hip flexor. Walk your hands back down if they're lifted. Now we're going to lift our back foot and we're going to come into crescent. So not warrior one, our back heel is not going to be planted. Both toes are going to be facing forward. Walk your hands up. Use your thigh if you need to. Find our deepest expression here of crescent. So we're on our back toe, weight is in our front heel, and our knee is right over your ankle. And here we move. Inhale. Exhale, back to that lunge in crescent. Inhale. Don't rush to the top. Exhale, into crescent. Exhale, let it all go. You got 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale. Full range of motion. Inhale. Exhale. Deepest one yet. Windmill those arms back. Down to the mat. Step it back to that plank. And then send it slow to your downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, let your head hang heavy just for a moment, and then move those toes towards touching. Lift your left leg up, but just about halfway. I'm going to keep your hip closed, toes pointing towards the mat, and step your left foot through. Going into the other side, drop your back knee. We'll find the stretch first. Walk your hands up. Maybe your hands stay here for today, if this is enough. Welcome to lift your arms up high. And lean in towards that front leg, opening up your right hip flexor. Hands come back down if they're lifted. Tuck your back toe. Make sure your feet are a little bit more like on railroad tracks, not that tightrope. You might have to wiggle your left foot out to the side a little bit. Find that crescent legs first, then walk your hands up. find yourself in to a crescent lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, we move slow back to that deep lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, we bend. Arms stay straight and strong this entire time. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Last two. Inhale up. Try to get a little bit deeper each time. Exhale, bend. Inhale up. And last one. Arms come behind. Open your shoulders a little bit. Arms come down. Step back to plank. And then downward facing dog. Once again, shake out your hips, pedal those feet, and then touch those big toes. Right leg lifts back, pressing through all 10 fingers. Right leg steps forward. This time we are going to turn our back heel down. So turn your back heel down at an angle. Left foot is going to be at a 45-degree angle. Right foot's going to be pointing straight forward. And then for me, I need to shorten my stance a little bit. So maybe you need to bring your back foot in a little bit and straighten your front leg. We're coming into a triangle pose with our flow here. Arms come up, hips shift back. I reach forward. Hand comes down, arm comes up. You can switch your gaze if you like to look towards that top thumb. Then we just reverse it. Slow, use your core, coming right back up towards that center posture. Then we reach. We tilt. Try not to put a ton of weight in this front hand. If you need a little bit of assistance, use your shin. Keep your chest open. Then we lift up. Back to center. Hit that center mark every single time. Tilt the hips. Reach the hand when you can't reach anymore. Then you fold. Use your core to pull yourself up. Center those hips. Last two. Reach forward as far as you can. Then find the tilt. Really long, strong arms throughout. Core works on the way up. And last one this side. Reach it out. Tilt it down. Eye gaze might go up. And then reverse it. All 10 toes point towards the front. Then turn your left foot out. Right foot turns in this time at that 45-degree angle. Front leg is pretty straight. Arms come out. Find the hip tilt first. Reach with your left hand. Reach, reach, reach until you can't reach anymore. Find that triangle pose. Reverse it. Use your core. Everything comes up and straight. Arms should be feeling this. Arms should be working, helping your core lift. Like there's a string on the ceiling and you're reaching up towards it, pulling you right up to stand. If you need to find a slight bend in your front leg, if you're feeling anything in the back of your knee, it's a good sign to keep a little bit of bend in your front leg. Reach it forward. Gaze can go up or gaze can stay down. If your balance is wobbly, keep your gaze down. And last one, hips go back. Slowest one yet. Maybe that hand doesn't even touch your leg, but you can open up your chest and use your strong core to come all the way up. All 10 toes face center. Let it fold right in the middle, just to give those hips a little bit of a break. Our motion here is going to be inhale, halfway, exhale, fold. Move your weight into your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. On this one, inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to your hips and stand it all the way back up. Turn this right foot back out. Left foot is at an angle. Now this time I need to widen my stance. So my triangle needed to be a little bit shorter. Now my warrior two is going to be a little bit longer. So make your way into a warrior two. Deep bend through your right leg. Knee is going to be over your ankle. Make sure your back foot's turned in. So it shouldn't be turned out towards the mat. It shouldn't even be parallel to your mat. It should be at an angle, pointing at 45 degrees. Arms come up. Take a deep breath. We're coming into an extended side angle. Right elbow, right knee, left arm comes up and over. Now, focus on your legs on this one. Legs don't move, they don't change. We come up, legs stay the same. We reverse our warrior, legs stay the same. Maybe they even bend a little deeper on that reverse warrior. Come back through warrior two, back to extended side angle. Squeeze straight through that back leg. Deep bend through your front leg. Back through warrior two. Slow, moving through this jello. Like the air is thick. Last one, side angle. Don't rush just to get there. Make those legs work. Make your core work. Last one, reverse it. Meet in warrior two, one breath. Straighten out your legs. Right foot turns in, left foot turns out. Find your warrior two on your left hand side. Front toe, make sure it's pointing forward, and make sure this knee is so you can see your big toe. It's directed over your second or third toe. Straight back leg. Find warrior two first. Then left elbow, left knee, reach it up, reach it over. Then without changing your legs, move your upper body. Reach it back. Reverse your warrior. Back through warrior two. Elbow comes down lightly on that leg. Keep your chest open for that extended side angle. Then we reverse it. Make sure we're breathing. Exhale everything out, turn everything towards the sky. Inhale brings you up. Exhale brings you back to your reverse warrior. You got this, stay strong. We have last two. Extended side angle. How long can you make that reach from your heel to your fingers? And reverse it. Can you bend through your front knee a little bit more on this last one? Elbow comes down, reach it up, reach it over. Last reverse, don't straighten it yet. You got this. Come up, warrior two, one breath. Straighten that leg, wiggle them out. Give yourself just a chance, walk it out a little bit. Last one on our feet, we're gonna come into a warrior three. Now there's a couple different modifications for this one, and the one I like best is against the wall. So regardless of how your hamstrings feel, we're gonna step your left foot forward first this time, and if you want the wall, it will look like this. I'll reach out towards the wall. My hands are gonna be a little bit higher than hip height. Unless you have great hamstring flexibility and you wanna bring them down to hip height, you can do so. Most of us will be up a little bit higher than hip height. Then we're gonna take our back foot, and it's gonna be a lift to this warrior three. Strong flex through your toes, through that ankle, so your toes are facing the ground, and our movement will look like this. It's slow. It's here, pressing strong on the wall. Now you don't need to use the wall. You can come out, middle of the room, left foot still points forward, right leg is still gonna lift. Hands can be on your hips if you'd like. Hands can be back for airplane arms, or the toughest way, out front here, like they're reaching the wall, but you're out in space. Pick whatever variation you'd like. We're not here long. If you fall out, just step right back in. Slowly let that right leg move. We got last one. And set it down. Feet come together, shake out those hips. Moving into the other side. Now do what you did on the first side with the second side. Right foot plants, facing forward. Left foot's coming behind. Once again, if you're on the wall, You're pressing palms on the wall. That leg is lifting and lowering just as slow if you were in the center of the room. Just a little bit of an added help with the balance. If you're in the center of the room, hands on hips, back out for airplane or straight out in front, reaching strong. Here we go, last standing posture. Find what works best for you as we slowly bring that foot down and slowly move it into that warrior three. You got this, breathe. Right leg will be a little bit shaky. Spine is long, last one. Stand it up, wiggle it out, and then come on down to your mat. We're gonna move into a twist, but it's gonna be with motion today. Arms will be out in a T. If you don't have room for a T, you can cactus your arms. Just don't have them low because our legs are going there. So get them above hip height. We'll start in this 90-degree angle. Our knees are gonna be over our hips. We're gonna slide our knees towards the left with a big exhale. Maybe they touch the ground, but maybe they don't right away. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Shoulders stay on the mat the whole time. So it's not about how low you can get your legs. Use your arms for a little stability. Inhale, back center. Exhale, drop them. So definitely spinal opening, but some core work also. Try to keep your knees at 90 degrees. Don't let your heels drop. And don't let them lift. Check in on your shoulders. Are they glued to this mat? Last one to the other side with our motion. And now this time, drop them to the left and drop them. If they want to rest on the floor, they can rest on the floor. Gaze can go towards the right if you feel comfortable. Still trying to keep your shoulder, your right shoulder, on the floor. Inhale deeply. Exhale everything. Bring your knees to the center and then slowly drop them to the right. Knees go to the right, gaze goes towards the left. Keep your shoulders grounded. Big inhale, big exhale. Feel that spinal twist. Back to center, hug your knees in for a moment. Maybe tuck your head towards your knees, curl into a little ball. Last bit of effort, and then let everything go onto your mat in for Shavasana. We're not here long. Please take advantage of these last final moments for you. Let your heels feel heavy. Feet can turn out to the side. Let go of the control of your breath. Feel your hips evenly on the floor. Shoulder blades are gently on your mat. Backs of your hands wherever they're comfortable. If you need a little help slowing down the breath, one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Take a couple big inhales and exhales. If you still feel your heart rate is high. Our final moment on the floor here, come back to that intention if you set one. Then on your next inhale, reach arms up overhead. In for a big morning stretch like you're just waking up. Stretch through your toes, stretch through your fingers, make yourself as long as you can on the floor. Then roll over to your favorite side. And then press slowly up. If you can keep your eyes closed, keep them closed. Into a comfortable seat. Legs can be crossed, legs can be in front of you. Hands heavy on your knees. With a big inhale, inhale up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows, your third eye, that site of intuition. Thank you for carving out some time for you today. Thank you for going with the flow with me today. I hope you have a great day. Namaste.